That's the price on everything.
Do we believe speech is free? Flat out answer, yes or no.
No.
No. Do you believe speech is free?
Yeah, I think you can say what you want.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
I think you can.
I don't think you can.
I think you can say what you want. I think that once you say what you want, you have to deal with the repercussions of saying what you said.
So-
Ain't nobody stop you from saying.
So then the price of my words aren't free. What are we talking about right now?
I didn't say that words were free. I said I believe you could say what you want.
But the original question, Mr. Goalpost Mover, was: do
Thank
you
you.
believe?
Thank you. You see how I brought it right back?
Do you believe?
What are we talking about?
Speech is free.
It's not.
Absolutely.
It is not, bro. Because you have to pay for the words that come out of your mouth.
Speech is free.
You pay.
The freedom to have speech.
You pay for the words that come out your mouth, sir. Make it make sense.
You do.
I agree.
You still have the option to say what the fuck you want.
Option and freedom.
That's not free. No, nigga,
And free is different. Freedom and free is different. So I'll give you that.
Free is
The freedom means you have the ability, you have the freedom to say what the fuck you want to say. But is it free?
No.
No.
Because there's consequences that come.
There's consequences that come to your action.
Nothing is free.
I'd agree with that. But what I'm saying to you is, and I'll bring this up now, and we'll make this quick because I know it is somewhat of a sensitive topic. And I'm the one who brought this up. I brought that question to your attention because clearly over the past few weeks, Charlie Kirk, who was a controversial but very influential
What's his name?
Charlie Kirk.
Who that?
I got you right now. I'm telling you right now. Charlie Kirk, who was controversial but very influential to the people he was influential to. Speaker, YouTuber, far right wing, YouTuber, speaker, went to colleges, would have
What they call him?
influencer, things of that nature, right? Obviously very close with all of those right wingers. Clearly, with social media being so big, Trump, all of them used Charlie Kirk, encouraged Charlie Kirk to spew the messages that they were spewing as well too. The reason I'm bringing the speech free thing up is, let me first lead this by saying all of us up here are fathers, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to say, at no point in time do any of us up here condone or wish death on anyone that's living at all. I mean, if that sometimes things occur, right? But we're not up here trying to encourage or promote you to die or anything like that. I feel horrible for the events that happened to Charlie Kirk. If we don't know, he was at a speaking event in Utah at a college, and he was gunned down and shot. The footage has been all over social media, which for me is a different conversation because I just don't understand how it's that free. Like, it is freedom to do that. You can post what you want, right? But it's horrible, horrific to see. He lost his life. His kids, his wife have to see that and the way he lost his life for the remainder of their lives. However, speech is not free. There's freedom to say whatever you want, but speech is not free. Do I believe that death is the price you should pay for saying things that
I thought you was gonna have a bar.
I got you. Do I think
you gotta pay to say what you want to
say facts? I was trying to get him there, cuz. But do I think that death is the price to pay for what you say all the time? What you say, period? No. Do I believe that? No. However, do I believe that you can say whatever you want in this world and people not have the right to also have the freedom to respond to you for what you say? I don't think that's how the world works. Again, we started this conversation in this pod by saying the universe will universe. Originally, when I saw the footage and saw the story, I knew of him. I knew of some of his speeches and some of his thoughts and some of his views. And even then, it was still hard to stomach as a father, as somebody that sees his kid every day and knows that those kids won't be able to see their father every day. However, I also kind of went down this rabbit hole. And some of the speech that Charlie Kirk was giving up, for me, allowed me to lose less sleep about the situation. not to say that I wished it on him, but when you say things like, if a black pilot is there, I'll question if I'm going to make it. When you stand up on stages and yell chink to Chinese people who are in the audience at your event that they paid to come see and give you, even if it's indifference conversations, they didn't go there to be disrespected or called racial slurs. When you see that, and don't get me wrong, me as a Second Amendment holder, I think, which is the one for bear arms, right? Am I bugging? Still, for him to say, I think a couple lives have to be lost in order for us to keep that. There was just many things that he said and worse things that I won't repeat on this right now. That just for me, like I said, I don't wish death on nobody, but I also didn't lose any sleep over this. In closing, to me, the most disgusting thing is that our country has put flags at half staff for a man who spewed so much hatred, but I don't remember them necessarily doing that. And if I'm wrong, correct me.
I thought they only did that for people in the military.
One, but for two,
Yeah.
they did it for, I don't remember them doing it for the people in our lives or the people that look like us that learned that speech wasn't free at a very early time in this world. When you think of the Martin Luther King, who was at the time or right before his assassination trying to pass a bill for reparations for African Americans, gets clipped. When you think of Malcolm getting clipped, when you think of Fred Hampton getting clipped, when you think of all of these influential voices that were trying to preach peace, that weren't even necessarily preaching violence against y'all, that didn't get half staff or didn't get the recognition, or still you try to keep out of books that teach our kids and our Americans. So with that being said, for me personally, and I don't know if any of these two brothers want to touch base on this, but I knew for me it was important because, of course, rest in peace to the man. My condolences to his family. But people at my crib is sleeping very well. That's just how I look at that. Y'all got anything to say?
I mean, I've seen a couple of these clips. I've seen some of the wild shit he said. And then I also seen, obviously the clip of him getting shot. For me personally, it was like, he got shot. Like it wasn't like you said, it's not something that I lost sleep over. I didn't understand why, everybody in the media is in an uproar. You got Jimmy Kimmel being canceled because he's making
Crazy
about it and all that. Like I didn't think he was that big of a deal. Like I said, I don't know, son. I don't follow, son. I've seen a couple of the clips, but I didn't think he was that big of a deal. Like you said, half staff. I didn't think he was that big of a deal for them to be doing all of that. He was another public speaker, influencer. He got shot. Maybe I'm numb to it in this new day and age where everything, like you said, is all over social media. It's right there to see and it's right in our faces all the time. But for me, it didn't bother me. I didn't lose sleep. I wasn't like, oh snap, that's crazy that it happened to whoever. Like I was like, oh damn, somebody got shot. Oh,
Yeah. And the other thing is, you want to know why you felt that way? Because we've been seeing it a lot much longer than they have. You feel what I'm saying to you? We've been numb to it. And the thing with Jimmy Kimmel is, for me, it's like so many comedians can make so many jokes about slavery and shit happening to us, and they shows go on. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing ended. I'm sure there was a George Floyd joke somewhere. I'm sure there was a something. You get what I'm saying? And
I will say this:
ain't nothing going down for them. Ain't nobody outroars. Ain't nobody canceling motherfucking. Am I bugging? Ain't nobody canceling no motherfucking videos or putting the fucking, like, ain't nobody put the flag at half staff when George Floyd was killed by one of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? And my thing is, ultimately,
at one point that I think the shooter was black.
Not at one instance.
Not one point. One thought in my head was like, oh, it's some.
And that's good for their ass. That's good for their ass.
Yeah, the shooter is definitely some white dude that don't like.
And granted, man, like I said, man, I don't hate nobody at the end of the day, but ultimately, I'm also going to try as much as I possibly can to call a spade a spade. And ultimately, at the end of the day, man, I don't want anybody that cares about them should feel all the pain, feel all their feelings, get all of the condolences, you should. Because ultimately, I am a firm believer also of somebody's superhero with somebody's piece of shit, right? People could be two things at all times. I feel, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not so cold-hearted to not understand that even if I don't agree with what came out of this man's mouth, that there's people that did and people that loved him dearly. So for them, feel your feelings. But if you're expecting the whole world to bow down and be sad and be in their houses, closing all of their motherfucking blinds for Charlie Kirk, it just ain't fucking happening. It just ain't how it worked. But I don't. Yeah, facts. But I don't want to close like that. I did want to ask y'all real quick before we get out of here on this comeback episode of What's the Status, Travis. Not even ask y'all. I just wanted to let y'all know. The Buccaneers are 2-0. They got big. Yeah, playmaker big. I just want to tackle a bit. Give me a little space. That's what he's got to do.